Hey y'all, it's Mr. E here. Our aim for this video is how do we create a box and whisker plot and how do we find the interquartile range. Okay, so as a warm-up, I want you to read the information that's given here and answer the question. Pause the video and do that right now. Okay, so it says the heights in inches of 10 high school varsity basketball players are 78, 79, 79, 72, 75, 71, 74, 74, 83, and 71. What is the median height? So if you recall, the median is the middle number in an ordered data set. The number of values that precede the median will be the same as the number of values that follow it. Okay, so to find the median, we have to order our data set. So that means we got to put it in order from least to greatest. So if you put the data set in order from least to greatest, this is what you should get. So to find the median, you want to find the number that's in the middle. So, it helps to just start crossing out from the minimum and the maximum until you get to the middle term. So cross that out, cross this out, boom, boom, and you're actually left with two middle numbers. When that happens, you're just going to take the average of those two middle numbers and that will be your median. So to find the average of 74 and 75, we add them up and divide by 2. 74 plus 75 is 129. And divide that by 2, you get 74.5. So the median is 74.5. Okay, example 1. Create a box and whisker plot for the following data set. So that should say create a box and whisker plot. And here's our data set. This is the same data from our warm-up. Okay? So we're going to use the same data from the warm-up throughout this whole video. So we want to create a box and whisker plot for this data set. Let's refresh our memories about the box and whisker plot. So a box and whisker plot looks like this. And the box and whisker plot is made up of the minimum, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the maximum. So we just found the median. The minimum is the smallest number, and the maximum is the largest number. The median is also known as the second quartile. So you might want to write that down. Sometimes it's easy to forget that. So let's go ahead and write that down. Where's my text over here? Here's my text. So the median is also known as the second quartile. So what is a quartile? Okay, let's explain what a quartile is. Quartile actually means comes from it means fourths. So quartile means that the data here is divided into fourths. So the first quartile is the first fourth of the data. The second quartile is the second fourth of the data. The third quartile is the third fourth, and then the maximum is the fourth. So a quartile is just dividing the data into fourths. Okay, so for us to plot the box and whisker, for us to make a box and whisker plot, we need to know the minimum, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the maximum. So let's go ahead and find those things. Okay, so the minimum is 71. That's the smallest number. We already found the median in the warm-up. It's 74.5. That's the middle number. And the maximum is 83. Okay, the first quartile think of it like this. The first quartile is the median of the minimum and the median. Okay, so think, or you could also think about it this way. The first quartile is the middle number between the minimum and the median. So what's the middle number between the minimum and the median? So you're going to have to start crossing out like we did earlier. So cross out the minimum, cross out the middle number. So in this case, since we have two middle numbers, this is going to represent crossing out the middle number. So then we keep going until we get a middle number, and we get 72. So 72 is the first quartile. Where's my select button? Here it is. Okay, so the first quartile, think about it like this. It's the middle number between the minimum and the median. Okay, that's the first quartile. The third quartile is the middle number between the median and the maximum. So cross that out. Need a line here. Cross out the max. And you keep crossing out until you get to the middle. And we got 79. So 79 is our third quartile. So the third quartile is the middle number between the median and the maximum. So our box and whisker plot is going to look something like this. So we got our minimum here, our first quartile is here, our median, our third quartile, and our maximum. So that's our box and whisker plot. And what the box and whisker plot essentially is doing, it's just a graphical representation of these 5 statistical summaries. The 5 statistical summaries being the minimum, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the maximum. It's just a graphical way to represent this. Okay, so let's move on to our next example. What is the interquartile range of the data below? So remember, it's the same data from the warm-up. The interquartile range is the range between the third and the first quartiles. So if you recall, the first quartile was 72, the third quartile was 79. So what's the range between these two? Well, that's going to be 79 minus 72, and we get 7. The interquartile range, by the way, should be a positive number. So that's why I took Q3 and subtracted Q1 from it. The interquartile range should always be a positive number. Okay, so the interquartile range is just simply the difference between the first quartile and the third quartile. Example 3. What is the range of the data below? So it's the same data from earlier. The range is just the difference between the minimum and the maximum. So we're not looking at interquartile range here. We're just looking at range in general of our whole sample. So that's the difference between the minimum and the max. So the max is 83, the min is 71. So we subtract them, our range is 12. And this should also be a positive number. Okay, what I'd like to do last is show you how to use the graphing calculator to make a box and whisker plot. So let's go back to example 1. Let me see if I can get rid of this here. One second. Okay, so turn on your calculator and you're going to go to Stat and you're going to press Edit. And what you want to do is enter the data. So we're going to enter the data here in L1. L1 means list 1. So we're going to enter the data in list 1. So we're going to enter 71, 71, 72, and so on and so forth. Okay. After you enter the data, what you're going to do is you're going to press second y equals to access the stat plot menu. So you want to turn the plot on. So you're going to press enter and you're going to make sure it's on. Make sure your plot is on. And the other thing you want to do is you want to click on the box and whisker plot option right over here. See where my mouse click is? So you want to click on that there. So mine is already clicked, but click on it again to show you. So you click enter there. Then you're going to go press zoom stat. So that's the option 9, or you could just press zoom 9 and you get your box and whisker plot. Press trace to get the 5 statistical summaries. So there's our median, 74.5. And then you can move left or right with the cursor to get the other statistical summaries. So first quartile 72, the minimum is 71, median is 74.5, third quartile 79, and our maximum is 83. Those are the numbers we had from earlier. So this is a nice way to get your box and whisker plot by using the TI-83 Plus. Okay, I hope this video helps. Take care.